So, XMPMG, huh? Looks like it's a video that you guys want to see, so let's take a look at the latest install. Alright, we're going to start here. I'm in my Dell, and we're going to go make sure that the boot sequence here is moved off of the Debian. And I'm going to move this one, the USB stick, up. Okay, exit. I'm not going to bore you with the entire process here, so be back when it's booted. Alright, as you can see, we're booting now. Alright, basic Linux installer. Hit US. Let's see. Can we use to install or upgrade? We're going to hit OK. Accept EULA. Alright, now, which disk would we like to install? I'm going to install it here onto my NVMe. And what do we want to use for VM storage? I'm going to go ahead and use my 500 gig SSD. Oop, actually, hold up. Uncheck your NVMe boot drive, of course. Hit OK. You can either do an extent or you can do LVM. Now, LVM, of course, is for thick provisioning. I'm just going to keep it thin. And then, let's see, would you like to use, for this installation, we're going to use local media. Would you like to test? I'm going to say skip. Alright, and now here you put a super secret password. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and do IPv4. I'm going to do a static config. Now you can use VLANs if you'd like. I'm not going to. Hit OK. Alright, here's where you give it a host name. Alright. I'm going to look up US. I'm going to look up Eastern. I'm going to use default on the NTP server. You could choose whatever you'd like, or you could leave it as default, and we're going to install. Now, I happen to use Proxmox on the daily. I prefer it overall just because it's pretty user-friendly, it doesn't break generally, and it just has been my go-to. XCP-ng is a really nice product. It's a nice product. Alright, the installation is complete. Hit OK. And then, of course, the system is going to reboot. And, of course, you have your choices here. Serial or safe mode. Of course, just let it boot normally. Alright, you're loaded up. So here you can see my Dell Optiplex is listed, pretty much everything that you would normally need. You have, of course, network and management interfaces. You can set authentication here to see who's logged in. You have access to some virtual machine settings now, the disk configuration, resource pools, hardware and BIOS information. All that jazz is available here. Alright, as you can see, you get to, if you go to open up Firefox, you get this. If you go to Edge or Chrome, you're going to get something similar. Hit Advanced. Go ahead and proceed. Now, you will be defaulted to this XO Lite. Here you can log in using the password you created. And of course, root. And here you can now see their lovely dashboard that they have, where you can actually control some settings. You can see the hosts, VMs, or VMS. You can get some system information, whether it's highly available. You can get some stats, if they were enabled, alarms, things like that, networking, pool-wide, whatnot. Now, what you're going to need to do is eventually deploy this XOA. So what you would do is you click this button, you would choose your storage, you would choose your network. In this case, it's pool-wide associated, for example. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I'm going to go ahead and leave time.nist.gov, which is kind of one of my go-tos. 040. And then, of course, I'm going to go ahead and use my default DNS. Of course, you're going to need to have an actual account. And of course, if you want to, you can turn on an SH account and then hit deploy. Now it actually should deploy. There we go. You do not want to refresh or quit the tab before the end of the deployment, or else you will be, for lack of a better way of putting it, SOL. You'll have to go back and recreate your XOA. Which, at that point, it's in this version, it's probably better to reinstall, because leftover traces of stuff can be there. Like I just did, you don't want to do that. You don't want to click off anything. You want to leave it. All right. We have loaded into Xen Orchestra. So first, you're going to go ahead and log in with the email that you configured. You'll be prompted here with, I am not registered. So you're going to go ahead and have to go to create an account. And then you can click here to register and update your XOA as well. We're going to cover more in depth in the future for some clustering videos, some shared storage between the hosts, where I will take the 500 gig drives and cluster them into a pool. Virtual networking, all that jazz. I'll have some fun with this. You guys seem to like my XCP video, so we'll do a little bit of that. I have something in the pipeline. Going to be working with a company hopefully soon, cross fingers, that may be interesting. Keep that in mind. If you haven't already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share this video, introduce me to your friends, bring me to the party. Visit RavenHawkTech.com and let's see how things go. All right, everybody, go ahead and check out the Knowledge Hub at RavenHawkTech.com. I also have a support forum, so if you would like to join that, you can go ahead and post on there some questions. I'm hoping it'll become an active community, and we can go ahead and, share like-minded assistance and tech tips. All right, thank you all, and see you soon.